it's Leo. And today we're doing more science experiments. You might remember this from some of my other videos. Today we're gonna experiment with
polymer beads.
Ooh,
these are the beads.
Ah, what are we gonna do with them?
I don't know.
Oh, you're gonna have to stay tuned to see.
I'm gonna put some of the beads in this container.
All right, go ahead and pour some in.
Tell me when to stop.
Okay. That's good. Right.
What kind of colors do you see in there, Leo?
I see orange, yellow, green, like you can see some through it, and I see blue. I think that's it.
How
Nice.
big are the beads?
Very, very tiny.
Very tiny. right?
Very tiny.
Okay, so we're gonna see what happens when we put some water in the beads. Okay, so you're gonna just squeeze the end of the pipette. Yeah. So hold the test tube with one hand.
And how many is he supposed to put in there?
We're gonna do about 10.
10
about 50.
droppers.
50 milliliters.
Okay, so that was 2. Let's do the rest.
I'm gonna stir the beads up. I wonder what's gonna happen. Let's wait a few minutes and see what happens.
All right, Leo, do you see anything happening yet? We just put the water in.
It looks like they're getting bigger.
Does it look like they're growing a little bit? They look kind of fuzzy, huh?
Oh, that blue one right there grown.
Yeah. Okay, we'll wait a few minutes and come back, okay?
Okay.
All right. All right.
Nice,
How are they
Leo.
looking?
They're looking like they're growing or floating.
Yeah, they look blurry or, I don't know, translucent? Is that the word you would use?
Kind of fuzzy.
Kind of fuzzy.
Yeah.
They've at least tripled in size, right?
I think they got a little
Yeah,
bit
so
bigger.
that's how big they were. They look bigger.
Oh yeah, they do.
They totally do. That's pretty cool, Leo.
All right, Leo, do you know why they grew?
No.
No, when we put them in water.
Oh, so maybe they're like these grow things that grow underwater.
Yeah, kind of. So they absorb the water.
Oh.
The polymer absorbs the water, and it expands as it absorbs water.
Oh.
So you know, like the dinosaur eggs that we would get, we put them in water and a little dinosaur hatches.
Oh yeah.
It's the same idea, right? So it expands when it gets
But
put
with
in the water.
but with balls
Mm-hmm.
this time.
Yeah, with little beads.
For the second part of the experiment, I'm gonna have Olivia help. Hi guys.
Okay, so for the second part of the experiment, we're gonna take our expanded polymer beads and we're gonna do a shrinking experiment and see how small we can get them, okay?
Ooh, we're gonna shrink them.
Yep.
Awesome.
It's me,
Yeah.
So first we're gonna pour all this water back out slowly.
So yeah, just for reference, that's how small they were. And then now look how big it is, and we're gonna shrink them.
So for the next part of the experiment, we're gonna use flour, salt, and sugar to see which one shrinks our polymer beads the most.
Leo, which one do you think is gonna make the beads shrink the most? That
Okay,
one? What is that?
That's sugar.
Sugar. Why do you think it's gonna be the sugar that shrinks them the most?
Because they're super tiny.
Super tiny. Yeah, that's true. Olivia, which one do you think is going to shrink them the most? We have flour, salt, or sugar. You think the sugar too?
Yeah.
Nice. I don't know. I'm gonna go with the salt because they're coarse. I don't know if that has anything to do with it. What about you?
I think the salt.
Oh.
So first we're gonna divide up some of our beads into the cups equally, okay?
And with no
So
water.
Leah, do you wanna pour, yeah, we poured all the water out. Do you wanna pour those in? Okay, so now we're going to use our measuring spoon that comes with our science experiment kit. And we're going to put 1 spoonful in each one and mix it up.
Oh.
All right?
Yeah.
Awesome. So the first one up is sugar.
Okay, so Libby, you want to get the sugar?
Good job.
Okay, Leo, next up is the salt. It's going to go in this middle one here.
I hope it doesn't go into.
There you go. Do that and
Then
do.
and here.
Yep. And then we can do the flour. And Libby, we're going to have you mix up the sugar.
Stir, stir, stir.
Stir it with the...
I used to be
Okay, Leo, you want to mix up the salt?
Mix it all up together. Good job.
What do you want it? I feel it there.
All right, guys. So you ready to check out the results of our experiment?
Yeah.
Okay, how do they look? What do you see?
They look like medium sized.
Okay.
Yeah, they did all shrink a little bit, but which one did the best?
Which one shrunk the most?
So I think that one.
Really?
I think.
What about the salt? Are the salt ones smaller?
They do look a little bit smaller.
Yeah.
Yeah, and the flour ones don't look like they shrunk at all, right?
Yeah, they look like they say normal.
What do you think happened, Leo?
I think this one stayed the same. This one didn't stay the same. And this one didn't either.
Yeah, so some molecules really like water and they're attracted to water. Those molecules are called hydrophilic.
What do you want it?
Okay, so hydrophilic molecules, like salt, like water. And then there are some molecules that don't like water, and they're called hydrophobic.
Can you say hydrophobic?
Hydrophobic.
Good job.
And those want to stay away from water. So the flour is kind of hydrophobic, so it didn't want to absorb any of the water that was in the polymer beads.
What about this one?
But salt really likes water. Salt really wants to soak up some water, so it stole some water from the beads so it could have water too. That's kind of how it worked, right?
What about this one?
Sugar likes water, but not as much as salt. So the sugar worked a little bit, but the salt worked a lot better.
Thank you guys so much for watching. Make sure you hit the like button. See you next week. Bye.